Hi there, Scorpio. This is the Spirit Warrior with your weekly reading. It's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. The first column here is the current energy, and the first card up is the Ace of Swords. Next up is the Queen of Wands. And then we have the Five of Wands. The next column are your challenges. And we have the Star card with the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Pentacles. The third column is your opportunity. And we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Hierophant. The last column is the possible outcome for the reading. And we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Three of Swords is the lucky last. Maybe not so lucky. So the Five of Wands is a card of conflict and competition. These guys are not actually in battle, they're jousting, trying to find out who is the top dog. But it can indicate mental confusion or a whole lot of But it can indicate mental confusion. There's a whole lot of thoughts and negativity that are bouncing around in your head, and this is making you feeling quite unstable in life. It's making you confused and wondering really where you're going on in life. But the Ace of Swords is a card of mental strength, clarity, knowledge, wisdom, and decision making. So the universe is saying, indeed, you actually have the power to withstand and overcome this mental confusion that is holding you back in life. You can see that the sword is powerful and strong, and now is the time to wield that sword and cut this negativity out of your life. And of course, the Ace of Swords also is the promise of success. So by creating a clear path and clearing your mind of all the chattering voices, it will allow you to step out into life and create what you truly desire. And the Queen of Wands is that amazing go-get-em energy, and this shows that you are truly capable of creating what you desire in life. The Ace of Swords is clarified by the Page of Wands. The Tower card makes us a visit with the Queen of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles clarifies the Five of Wands, and diagonally we have the Nine of Wands here. That diagonal is quite interesting, isn't it? It goes Nine of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. And of course, she is a card of prosperity and abundance. The Five of Pentacles is a card of being left out in the cold and poverty and feeling poverty-stricken. And of course, the Ace of Pentacles is a promise of prosperity and abundance. So it's quite an interesting perspective here, which we'll look into in just a moment. The Tower is a card of change. It is saying the foundations of your life are built on quicksand. So there's something that is unstable and it needs to be rectified. And of course, the card represents all this fire and brimstone and people being thrown out of the tower and all sorts of mayhem. And of course, this can be the path of the Tower card. If you're not open to change, then the universe is saying, I'm going to change your life for you. But it can be an epiphany or an aha moment. So if you're able to get past this mental conflict in the Five of Wands and use the clarity of the King of Swords, you may receive the information or the ideas that you need that will clean up your life and avoid this tower moment. The Page of Wands is new beginnings, particularly in work and projects, but he is ready to step out into the world and discover all sorts of new possibilities. And the universe is saying that as you do so, as you change direction in the Tower card and embrace new beginnings, that you will be rewarded with financial independence and abundance and be able to live the life that you choose. In the challenges, we have the Star card, the Five of Pentacles, and the Two of Pentacles. So the Two of Pentacles is a card of rebalancing. You can see the ships are struggling to make way on the sea, and this can suggest that there's an imbalance in your life, that it may be a work-life balance, so all work and no play makes the spirit warrior a dull boy. It could be an imbalance in a relationship or a work situation, so there may be a dominant and a submissive person in a situation. It could be a health imbalance as well. So these are all the things that you need to consider and see what resonates with you. And this is suggesting that now is the time to address this imbalance. And the Five of Pentacles is a card of being left out in the cold and not being able to see that life can get better. They're trudging in the snow and they're really down in the dumps, and they think that life sucks and they don't really know how to change it. But there is life, there is light, there's always light, and you can see the Five Pentacles in the church window will allow light to shine in your life. So if you open up your life to light, you will see a path, and the Star card gives you the North Star, which is your guiding star and will guide you to your dreams and wishes coming true. So it really is a road of improving your life. It's time to get out of the drudgery of the Five of Pentacles and embrace your dreams and wishes and open up your life to receiving them. The Star card is clarified by the Four of Swords. The Five of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. And the Six of Wands clarifies. The Four of Wands is a card of rest and respite. So it is about pressing the pause button and taking a moment from life and contemplating, meditating, or even praying for guidance as you try to re-establish your life and build new foundations from the Tower card and open up to the light in the Five of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles is a card of being stuck in one place. So, he's created Four Pentacles, which is quite a reasonable achievement, and he's pretty chuffed about what is created, but there are 10 Pentacles in the Tarot, and so there is a whole lot more to experience in life. And often, if we look at this in relation to the Five of Pentacles, even though we've created some success, we retain this poverty-stricken mindset, don't we? That we're fearful of falling back into the Five of Pentacles, and so we hang on to life very tightly, and we're not really willing to allow new possibilities and new change to come into our life. But the universe is saying that it's time to loosen your grip, and it's time to follow the North Star, because this will bring success and victory to your life. So there's two cards of success here, Scorpio. So this really is about opening your life to an amazing flow of energy which will bring much prosperity and abundance in the Nine of Pentacles, and success and victory in the Six of Wands and the Ace of Swords. In the opportunities, we have the Ace of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, and the Hierophant. So it's looking a whole lot rosier here, isn't it? Except if we have to ignore the Three of Swords over here, which we'll deal with in a minute. But the Hierophant is a conduit between the divine and the earthly plane. So if you go within in the Four of Swords, you can be open to guidance from the universe to show you the path forward. And the Ace of Pentacles is a card of new beginnings, particularly in money and finance. You can see there is a new path through the hedge, and this is the path to prosperity and abundance in the Nine of Pentacles. And the Ten of Cups confirms that if you open up your life and allow the energy of the universe to flow in your life, your cups will be filled with overflowing love, joy and happiness in the happy ever after card. So this really is quite a nice story for you here, Scorpio. It is looking very promising for you. The Ace of Pentacles is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. It had to come out, didn't it? The Ten of Wands clarifies the Ten of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles clarifies the Hierophant. The Ten of Cups is often called happiness after a life of burden, so an improvement in life. And of course, the Ten of Wands is a card of burden. It is a card indicating that there is an end of a cycle, and the universe is saying that the life of burden is over. And that really is good news if you're stuck in this Five of Pentacle energy. Now is the time to put the wands down, and now is the time to chart a new path in life. The Seven of Pentacles is about reappraising your life, about how you've created pentacles and what you expect of life. So he's standing here thinking, did I get the harvest that I really wanted? Is this what I really want to do? Is there a better way of doing things? And as you answer these questions, the opportunity is that you will receive amazing abundance. So with the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles next to each other, with the Ace of Pentacles, really, Scorpio, you can't get any more abundance flowing into your life than that. That is really an amazingly positive sign. In the outcome, we have the Nine of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, and the Three of Swords. So the Three of Swords is a card of pain and sorrow and loss. My feeling is that you've been carrying this pain and suffering for some time. That there's been an event, so it might have been a relationship, it may have been a situation at work, so it may have been a forced career change. There may be a relationship, there may be some other sort of situation in your life that has left you in deep sorrow and pain. And you've been carrying this with you for some time. And so my feeling is that the Tower moment is related to this Three of Swords, that you really do need to pull the swords from your heart. As much as there is some pain and sorrow that never seems to end. So, there are certain situations in life, and in my situation, post my divorce, my daughter hasn't spoken to me for 9 years, and they're the sort of pain and sorrow that is very difficult to carry around, that, you feel as though you're undeserving of such situations, but you don't have the power to heal or change that. That often it's up to the other person. And this is the sort of pain and sorrow. You may have lost somebody in your life. There may be somebody who's treated you egregiously, and it is hard to let that pain go. But if you carry it around on your sleeves all the time, that it really is hard to open up to the optimism and positivity of life. And so there comes a time when you need to choose healing and forgiveness. And sometimes as human beings, that is a big ask, isn't it? That you feel as though you've been hardly done by, and you question why you should need to forgive and heal. It doesn't mean you're absolving the other person for the wrongdoing that they've done. It just means that you've got to accept that this is what happened, that you need to kind of allow yourself, that you need to not blame yourself for this situation, and understand that you need to kind of package it away and move on in life. Because if you don't absolve this situation and you carry it around forever, really the other person, the situation is really winning. So there comes a time when you've got to say, I forgive the other party, I forgive myself, I'm allowing myself to move on. I want to experience all the amazing opportunity of life, and I'm not going to let this hold me back anymore. And that really is the path, isn't it? So that is all difficult stuff, and if you're dealing with that, then, you just got to be gentle with yourself and gently work away at that situation. So moving on, if you're able to move on from the Three of Swords, there's amazing positive energy in the Nine of Wands, and that is the promise of new beginnings in life. And the Nine of Pentacles is the promise of that prosperous and abundant and independent life that you truly desire. So Scorpio, there's a bit of work to do, I think. So the Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the Judgment card. The Moon card clarifies the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles reappears to clarify the Three of Swords. So the Moon card really is that all that murkiness and yucky stuff that's swirling around in your subconscious and emotions. And these is being stuck in this murky pool is really what's holding you back. And, of course, the real cause of this murkiness is the Three of Swords, and possibly the negativity this Three of Swords brings you, because it drags you down in life and feels like life is never going to get any better in the Three of Pentacles. But the Judgment card is the end of a cycle, which is good news, isn't it? So there's two cards of the end of a cycle, and you're rising up from the ashes of your old life as you move past the Three of Swords and embrace new beginnings in your life. So this really, Scorpio, is the ultimate goal of this reading, isn't it? It is to rise up and overcome difficulty and pain and embrace the positivity that the universe is really laying out in spades here. Because again, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is the promise of abundance and prosperity, but we have this reappearing, so doubly so. There's a lot of abundance ready to come into your life. There is the Ten of Pentacles, which is an amazing legacy. I don't think I spoke about this, but the Ten of Pentacles is laying down a solid foundation in your life full of prosperity and abundance and great relationships, and really you're feeling really set up in life. And of course we have the Ten of Cups, which is love, joy and happiness, and we have your dreams and wishes coming true in the Star card. So Scorpio, there's a whole lot of amazing energy that is available to you at this time. We'll draw one last card, which is the overarching energy of the reading. The last reading I did was the Page of Pentacles. So he is a card of new information, but also he's a learned page. So this is about acquiring new knowledge or information or skills in your life. So it's time to read that book. Go and see that guru who's the expert in the field that you're interested in, or it's time to go and take that course. So the universe is saying now is the time to invest in your life so that you can live the life that you truly desire. The Page of Pentacles is clarified by the Eight of Wands. So the Eight of Wands can be new information coming towards you, but it can also be an acceleration of life. And this is saying that as you open up to all this amazing positive energy and embrace the new beginning of the Judgment card, the life will accelerate and amazing possibilities will flow at an incredible rate into your life. Wow, Scorpio, that is some reading. If you are going through a difficult situation and have suffered major pain and loss, I send you many blessings. I hope you like that reading. Give me a like and subscribe so you can catch me next time. I send you Much love, joy, peace, and happiness. And this is the Spirit Warrior signing out. Ciao.